some of the vast knowledge we have acquired from Rachel's
Right.
teaching with people in a very, very real, kind of silly, not perfect way. We kind of believe that authenticity and love is more important than being
And
perfect.
keeping a list really helped me. If you
Mm,
like journal, make a list of, hey, I listened to my gut, I did this, and then like
yeah,
weeks, even months later, you go back. Oh
yeah,
wow. You don't
yeah.
realize it until you go back and see everything. That's one thing that really helped me. When it comes to making decisions, if you listen to it, you feel better about the decisions.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Because
Things
you're not
don't go wrong in a sense, right?
yeah.
Whatever wrong really means.
Right,
Yeah.
because your stomach doesn't get in knots. Really does make a difference. I always throw my husband out. He thought it was BS at one time. And I'm like, no, you have to try it. And he has the little electrical gauge thing that
Oh
you hold.
yeah.
He put one
Oh
in
yeah.
the dirt and had me hold the others with my shoes on, and it was like at zero. So I
Yeah.
popped my shoes off, stand on the ground, and that sucker went up. And he's like, "That's not right." So he did it, and he's like, "Holy wow!" He's like, "All
Oh,
right,
wow.
there's something to this."
Welcome to Sound Waves Heal. I am Rachel Chamness, your host. This video is a spotlight for a current or graduate of my Tag Trance Channel Mediumship course, Level 1 at Sound Waves Heal. You'll find a new video every Saturday of my students or graduate master practitioners, as it's my mission to empower and uplift my clients.
Welcome to Awkward Jelly in live in 5D.
Doesn't get more awkward than us.
We're a little silly, we're a little awkward, but that's kind of who we are. And we
Right,
decided to do awkward channeling because, well, it was Rachel's idea, frankly, but we are kind of funny together. And we thought, why not share some of the vast knowledge we have and we have acquired from Rachel's
right,
teachings with people in a very, very real, kind of silly, not perfect way.
right.
That's what we're doing. We kind of believe that authenticity and love is more important than being perfect.
Right. And
So we
you
share
can't
what
be
we
perfect
know.
anyway. You can strive, but you can't be perfect. Nobody
Right,
can.
right. There's no
So,
such thing.
no.
So today we want to mention that again we're live for Rachel Chamness, which is at Sound Waves Heal. Soundwavesheal.com is her website. And hey, Ashley, I see who you're waving at now. It's on the wrong screen. Um, and we wanted to talk a little bit about both of us have taken her Tag Trance 1. So we are beginning level trance, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
It gives you so much confidence and just, I mean,
Well, it
before the class, you
confirms.
would have never gotten me on alive.
I'm telling you. And it really confirmed a lot for me. Like, I've always
Yeah,
channeled, and I knew in some way I was channeling, but I was really channeling. And now we can kind of direct channel even more. So it's
right,
really cool. We both also took her light language, her advanced light language, and which is sigils and numbers. And there's so much that you can learn, and so
oh,
many ways to offer healing to people. And I don't know. We could gush over Rachel for days because
right.
she's so real and she's so caring and she's
Yeah.
so
She's
present with all of her
genuine.
people.
She's not in it for
So
her,
genuine.
you know.
She's in it
I
for
mean,
all of us and
yeah,
everyone,
yeah. She
right? I
generally
mean,
wants other people to succeed, and
absolutely.
that's a
Absolutely.
rarity in this
Yeah.
day and age.
And what she teaches and the way that she has helped the expansion, at least for me, for sure. I,
Right.
spent like a year and a half or so, and man, things have expanded on so many levels. We really highly, highly recommend her. And I know Ashley feels the same.
Right.
She's just amazing.
Mhm.
So today we wanted to hit on kind of how to trust your intuition.
Yeah.
And, we wanted to talk about, how sometimes it doesn't feel like it's working. Maybe because of
Oh,
our
that's something I
expectations.
constantly struggle with. Even now, I'll
Mhm.
second guess myself,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I have gotten a lot better, but I mean, it's
Well,
normal not to, shit, am I
yeah.
making this up or, what's going on type.
I will tell you, I don't care how you're receiving or what you're doing, you feel like you're making it up.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
human part of you is like, "What is this? This isn't of me," right? Because it's not of us, it's
yeah.
spirit, it's guides, whatever.
Yeah.
And It
We've
doesn't
just
feel
been
like
so
it belongs to us.
conditioned to be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the voices in your head, you're crazy," you know?
I don't have voices in my head. It's my voice 90% of the time.
Oh, no, I have a different voice, and that's what kinda threw me for, like, the longest time, it's like this male voice that I would hear, and I'm like,
Mm,
"Where did that come from?" And then I'm like, "Maybe I am crazy," and
yeah.
then,
We all are. I mean, who isn't?
right?
Who out there isn't? I
Right.
decided my crazy was way more fun than everybody else's fit in the box crazy, so I
Oh,
just kinda
yeah.
went with it, and I've been doing that for years.
Yeah. And,
You're
joining this
crazy for
group
that, baby.
here has helped me so much too. Just
Yeah.
knowing that, hey, there's other people that understand what you're going through. And, you ask questions
Yeah.
in the group and it's so supportive. I mean, everybody is
Yeah.
just so nice and will help in any way. And
And that we should mention, the tag membership, and I for
right,
the life of me can't remember what that stands for, but it is about light worker
yeah,
expansion. It's about learning and growing, and she has this vast library from, like, 2017 to current, where
right.
she has is bringing you attunements and information, and, like, it is so vast. Like, it's crazy, and it
Mhm.
is so beautiful. The group, the people, like
Right,
Joelle says, everybody is, really present and
right.
helpful when they can be. I mean, some people are busy, but
Yeah.
it's cannot say enough.
You
Yeah.
have a safe place, like me in this little bitty small town where there's not a lot of spiritual people around. And it's
Yeah.
like, it does help me with that, like the connections and like Ashley
Mhm,
says, and
mhm. Yeah.
it's been
Well,
wonderful for me.
it's so true, and neither one of us have that in real life,
Right.
right? There really isn't, I'm again moved to another new area. I haven't found any of that here, and I'm sure it's
Yeah.
here, but so it's been like crazily helpful to
Oh,
have that support online, honestly.
absolutely.
And the classes, they've just been so eye-opening. And another thing I love is I am what I always call a simple, what? I like things to be simple and easy.
Right.
And what I find about Rachel's stuff is that it isn't overly complicated to learn
Yeah.
any. It's really to the point. It's very clear and it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
So anyhow, let's talk about intuition. We love Rachel.
right. Absolutely.
Soundwavesteel.com. If you're not in the group right now and you're on
Yeah.
my profile because we can't get into the group directly.
Right.
Um,
Did you want to do the little bag
oh,
yet?
we thought that we would do I'm
A
sitting here
little
with
practice.
we thought we would give you a test of intuition,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to show you this little bag and it has something in it. And what we want you to do is just see, does your intuition give you anything about what may be in this bag? Okay. You
Size, color, shape, anything.
anything that you get, and
And
not
don't
to
feel
throw
bad.
away anything, just anything. So
Yeah. And if you don't get it right, so what? Because I never get these things right, but
I absolutely cannot do this. I'm not a
but
guesser,
they're fun to do,
but they are. And so many people are guessers. So many people get that kind of information. So I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, let's try
right?
it. So there's one item in here and just a shape, a color, anything like that. If you
Yeah,
get anything, pop it in the comments or don't, whatever you feel like. At the end, we will show
yeah,
you what is in this. And we may bring this up again just to show you again,
right.
in a little bit. But let's talk a bit about our intuition,
Mhm.
and how to trust it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashley. So unprepared in the moment. Hi,
Yeah, I mean, it
Teresa.
takes a little while to learn to trust it, and kinda
Well, what
like
is it? Let's
me,
start there.
I think a lot of people do it without realizing, like I've told you before, driving in a
Yeah.
car, my husband will be driving and I would be like, "Watch out, that car's gonna turn in front of you," and I didn't even realize how often I did it until he was like, "How do you do that? How do you know that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" It just
Just you couldn't
I
see that was
guess.
gonna happen.
You know what's gonna
Oh,
happen. You can't
yeah.
watch movies because you know what's gonna happen, and reading
Yeah,
books and
yeah.
that's it.
Well, and what is intuition? I think intuition you could also call your gut instinct.
Right.
And it can be about big things like that, or it could be about little things.
Oh, yeah.
And what it really is the initial, that
Mhm.
immediate feeling you get about something. And then your brain starts, well,
Yeah.
maybe it's this, or well, what
Right.
if that? Or when that starts, you got to release that. And you
Yes.
got to go back to what was that first initial feeling. And frankly, it really kind of takes, if you're not one that listens to it, it
Right.
takes some practice to be like, "Oh, wait, what did I first feel? What was that
Yeah.
first initial feeling?" Because it's quick and it's fleeting
Right.
depending on how in your brain you tend to be.
And like we
I
said
was
in the
always
beginning,
really
so
in your brain.
many of us are programmed to just dismiss that,
Mhm. Yeah,
and I'm like they say, go with your gut. I mean, that's
yeah. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first thing, and it's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Mm. We will let you guys know in a little while. I love that
Yeah,
you're guessing. Thank you
I
so
love that.
much. If any of you have an experience with your intuition or maybe a time where you did not
Right.
follow it and you learned quickly what that really meant, let
Yeah.
us know. I think Joelle may actually have more. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm going to put her on
listen,
the spot
I was
because
taking some little notes and, I was Googling, what really is your intuition? And it's basically like your subconsciousness, and you're picking up on clues around you and, the emotions that you're experiencing. And it's like, hey, like, not really alarms, but that would be fear. But,
maybe.
and we
Well,
did talk about, how do you
yeah,
tell the difference between
yeah,
intuition and fear? And
yeah. I don't have
for
that.
me, my intuition comes in more calm.
Yes,
And,
agreed.
you don't have that panicked, oh my God feeling, that you get when you're scared of something and the fear. And so that's
It
one thing
is.
that's really helped me a lot is
Mhm.
okay, it's not freaking me out. So let's go with this,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's so true. That's a really
Yeah.
good point because intuition is kind of sure
Yeah.
and in that moment, right? Some of us, we're used to it, so we use it more often and we trust it more, so
Right.
it's a little easier. But when it comes in, it's like kind of a for sure thing, and it may only last a split second. So you
Right.
kind of have to go, wait a
Yeah.
minute, what was that? How did I feel?
Yeah.
And not go with the brain, but it's really a sure, solid. I call it a
It's kind
push. Like sometimes I feel
right.
pushed with it. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Hey,
it.
go this way. It's not overpowering, like, oh my God, you
It
know.
is a gentle little energy,
Yeah.
absolutely, but it's also mighty and sure
Yeah.
when you really tune into it, where you're like, "Well, my brain's questioning it, but I really feel," and it's for me, I mean, I do a lot of things by feeling, so for me, it's like this feeling I get, and it's always in the heart center,
Yeah.
right? If it's fear, it's in the brain.
Right.
It's not in the heart center, It may be in
Yeah.
the throat or it may be in the brain, right? Where I would feel like, "Oh," it's fearful.
And a lot of like when it comes to making decisions too, if you listen to it, you feel better about the decisions, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does, it
Yeah.
does.
Because
Things
you're not
don't go wrong in a sense,
yeah.
right? Whatever wrong really means.
Right,
Yeah.
because your stomach doesn't get in knots if you're, like,
Yeah.
having to make a decision or whatever, and once you make
Mhm.
it for me anyway, I feel better. I was like, "Okay, whew,
Relief.
that's good." Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
you're not,
Yeah,
like,
there is a
waking up at
level of
2 o'clock
relief.
freaking out because "Crap, did I
Yeah.
make the right decision?" And,
Right, right.
you know
And that's very true. Like, there's always this level of relief when you decide to follow it that you don't get when you're following whatever the brain is doing. So
Yeah,
whatever those thoughts are that start going crazy, if you can tune those out and drop back down in and be
yeah.
like, "Wait a minute, what did I first feel?" It took me
Oh,
a long time to get that. I don't know, maybe because my clairsentient thing was out of hand and I
yeah,
was feeling everybody's everything, and then you've
right,
gotta find your own in there somewhere, right? So I had to
yeah,
learn how to, yeah, okay, only my feelings, not everybody else's, like, had to kinda get some of those things
yeah.
under control, which is something you do when you're first
And
learning that.
keeping a list really helped me. If you
Mm,
like journal, make a list of, hey, I listened to my gut, I did this, and then like
yeah,
weeks, even months later, you go back and you
yes.
see how spot on it
Mhm.
is, and it's like, oh
Yeah,
wow, you don't
yeah,
realize it until you go back and see everything, and that's
that's
that's one thing that really helped me a lot with trusting myself and like, hey,
It's a really good point,
Yeah.
honestly. If you can keep a list, even if you did it in your phone in notes or
Right.
something that
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, I just got this hit and I kinda went with it, and let's see how this
Yeah.
looks like next week."
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
just keeping an eye. I also urge people to be more mindful,
Right.
right? Be more mindful of what is actually happening. Like,
Yeah.
practice getting yourself present. Ground every morning, get yourself present at the beginning of the day, and it'll help
Yeah.
you throughout the day. If there's intuitive hits that you need to
Right.
get, you're gonna be clearer to do so. If you start to feel kind of spacey or, decisions are hard and they're simple decisions, ground yourself, take a break, breathe for a minute, get yourself recentered. Like, having
Mhm.
those practices will really dig you into your intuition,
Good.
and your guidance. It'll help you to connect better.
Oh, yeah.
It is an affirming space.
Right.
That's a great way to say it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, Ashley. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm going to go ahead and just real quick, I'm going to show the bag again for anyone who may not have been here. There is an item in this bag, and we want you to just use your intuition and see if you get anything, type of item, shape of item, color of item, anything like that, whatever you might get from this. And this is just, testing your intuition and seeing, what you might get. Now, again, I can't do that.
I can't either.
Can't do it. So if you can't do it, don't let that intimidate
Yeah.
you, girl, 'cause
And don't ever like, oh, what am I trying to do? Compare yourself to other people. Like, oh, I can't guess what's in the bag, so I'm not intuitive. That is like not the freaking case. Because that's one thing that we really need to quit doing is comparing ourselves. Oh, I don't see like Shauna, so I'm not good.
ah,
You know what I mean? It's
the
like,
worst. I get enamored with people. Like, I saw Rachel
right,
on somebody's she was being interviewed, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to know her." Like, her laugh and her realness, and I was like, "Holy cow, she's my people. How do I get connected with her?" And then
right,
I did. And I was just, like, enamored with her. And then I was doing really well, like, in the beginning of Tag Trance, and then I was like, I'm not receiving the way I wanna receive, and I was trying to force myself
right,
to receive in a different way, and I couldn't get anywhere. I was so embarrassed through
right.
several of those classes because I felt like I couldn't get anywhere, and it took me
Every-
a while to step back and be like, "Damn it, just receive the way you receive,"
Yeah,
right? We have to remember we are not like everybody. We
no.
are all unique
Everybody's different.
beings.
What works for
Mm,
you might not work for me, and the way I get it won't work for you.
right,
I mean, it's okay to be
yeah,
different. So,
and nobody knows everything.
right.
Nobody.
Absolutely.
So, always be a learner. Always be
Absolutely.
experimenting, always be curious. Keep the curiosity going, but realize that the way you are is important too. And there's reasons that we receive the way we receive. It's just
Right.
part of our path, right? So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I get enamored with people, dude. It is absolutely a flaw. And then I have to realize it and back out,
Yeah.
I receive so mainly by knowings and feelings, or I did. Things are really expanding, so that's really changing.
Yeah.
That when I block that, you would think I couldn't get anything ever. So trusting the intuition. I think we would like to talk to one of Joelle's guides,
Yeah.
Jesus. One of the reasons is because I watched a video this morning about this, and
Yeah.
we thought it would be a great idea to bring him in and have Joelle channel
Yeah.
and see what he has to say about how to trust our intuition or what maybe
What
pulls
can
us
keep us
away from our
disconnected?
intuition.
Yeah.
What disconnects us? So
Yeah.
both would be great. So whatever he would like to say.
Okay.
I'm gonna hush up now and we'll
Put me
have
on the spot.
no,
Okay.
pull in
No,
Jesus. He is one of her guides. So
okay. Yeah. He's been here for a while too. He's like, and he's so funny with me. So y'all just bear with me because yeah, he does have a great sense of humor.
he does. He's very funny.
Yes, hi. Hello, everyone. And there are many things that can keep you disconnected from your intuition: fear, mistrust, scrolling on your, as I think it is called, doom scrolling on your phones. Yes, because there are many things implanted in these cellular devices, phones, screens that are to keep you disconnected from your true self and from others as well. Because many of us do need the connection with others to tune in sometimes. You have to let go of the fears and the doubts. And you can put, like this one does, she puts protections over her phone, every screen, music, because it is all just, there is so much in all of it. It is designed to keep you from coming to your true power. Many do not realize this, but it is true because they are all connected to one another and it just goes from one to the other. So put them down every now and then and just go outside. Put your feet on the ground. It won't kill you to go barefoot. You need that connection with the earth. Barefoot is great. I love barefoot. And always remember that you can call any of your guides in. You do not need to know them by name. Just call them in to clear. Do clearings on you or any of the things that you watch or listen to. You can ask them to come in and help you with being more in tune with your intuition because that is what we are here for, to help you. But a lot of times you need to ask us for help before we can come in. We're already willing and able. We're just waiting on you. And it is all conditioning, the doubts and the fears that you have, just like this one said. You have been programmed to doubt the thoughts and what you hear in your head. But just know if it is positive and uplifting, that it is okay. It is your intuition, it is your guides, it is us telling you what you need to know. Trust it, go with it, and you will find that your life does get a little easier. But that is all I have for now. Goodbye. Hey, he
Oh,
was I'm sorry,
get to the point. That's all I got.
right? So,
I told him
whew,
he
I
couldn't
think he was
do.
like, "All right, I'm tired of waiting. Get me." But yeah, he's
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
go
so funny.
barefoot. That's
You know, I
so
have
funny. I love
been
that.
that barefoot child my
Mm,
whole life. You know, even when we moved, because I was very Southern California, we could be barefoot year
right,
round. And after 47 years of that, I moved to Oregon, and we had a little snow here and there. I found myself outside barefoot in the snow. Like
right,
I'm just that, right? That barefoot. And here I haven't really been out much, and our yard's
right.
full of rock, so I haven't really been connecting very well to the earth since we moved to Arizona. But it's really helpful. You know, and I like, you know, the point he made with if it is uplifting and happy, that is your guidance. That's
Right.
your intuition, your guides, or
Yeah,
whatever it is. If it is not, then it's not.
no,
You know, even if they tell you, you know, maybe that's not the best choice, they're not
right,
going to do it in a negative way.
right.
They're very uplifting, they're very empowering. So the energy you
Yeah.
get with it, and that's another thing to really pay attention to.
Oh, yeah,
What is the energy that you get with it?
yeah.
So I think that was a really important point to make,
Whew,
and we
feel
appreciate
kind of
him doing that.
flighty.
I know he's still hanging around. I know. I was like, "You tell Jesus he can't do the attunement. I'm doing the attunement."
Right. Maybe that's why you made him mad. No.
Right? He probably mad at me.
You good girl.
We're so silly. Um,
Oh, yes, toes
yeah,
in the sand or
toes in
something.
the sand. I wasn't a big beach person. We were pretty inland, but we did go to the beach.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the feet in the dirt thing is a good thing. You know, getting those feet on the earth is
And,
really
and it really does make a difference because, I always throw my husband out. He thought it was BS at one time. And I'm like, no, you have to try it. And he has the little, oh God, what's the little electrical gauge thing, that
oh
you hold.
yeah.
He put one
Oh
in
yeah.
the dirt and had me hold the others with my shoes on. And it was like at zero. So
Yes.
I popped my shoes off, stand on the ground, and that sucker went up. And he's like, that's not right. So he did it. And he's like, holy wow. He's like, all
Oh
right,
wow.
there's something to this.
Well,
Multimeter, I think that's what it was called.
conspiracy theory. Why do you think our shoes are rubber?
Right. And that's why kids are
I love
judging us too, because they always run around barefoot.
when I was a kid, we had horses and I had leather moccasins. I loved those.
Right.
I'd ride the horses in them.
Right.
My feet were stepped on many times, but, yeah, like, you know, getting away from the shoes as a kid really made me happy.
Right.
Really, really noticed that. Um, so that is I don't know, anybody else think of anything we haven't said about intuition that maybe we should be saying? You know, any suggestions? We are not the experts on everything, under the sun, just what we know.
Right.
So if you have
Or
suggestions,
experiences.
please say so. I'm gonna show you the bag again. Feel free to just have a gander and a feel, tuning into that little bag and see what you get that might actually be in there. And I think next what we're gonna do is, a clearing and attunement. I'm gonna call in my alchemist guide, Shay, and see if she wants to do a little attuning to your what did I say earlier? Attuning to your intuition and the way you receive.
Right.
Okay. I want to kind of give a little help in that. How do I receive? I don't have a banner for that. So we'll
We're
just take this one
scrambling.
off of it. Anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and call in Shay. And again, she's my alchemist guide. And I couldn't
Yeah.
do this before I took Tag Trance, girlfriend. So,
Right.
I mean, once again, it's
I
valuable.
talked to Jesus. I mean,
Right? Oh, here, wait.
and he's great.
Christine's I had to learn to recognize the signs when I was driving. I would catch a vision of red and blue flashes. Then within a couple minutes, I would either pass a police and snort or speed. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I used to hear
Yeah.
the word cop. 'Cause I drove like a freaking maniac. 100 miles an hour down the freeway in San Diego. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, and I would just get words. But
Yeah.
that's really interesting, getting the colors. That's
That's
kind of
cool.
cool. That is absolutely a way to be listening, right? Okay, let's call in Shay. Yes, I am here as you have requested, and I am honored to come through today during this lovely conversation about how important your intuition can be. I would love to take this moment, as this one has requested, to attune you to your intuition and the way you actually do receive, because each of you are so individual. So I would like to take that moment now, and we will offer that. If you wish not to receive it, just don't allow it. You can come back later, but I am going to bring this in now. And again, attuning you to your intuition and how you receive. Yana ya yana so. Ya ya siata tayin yana so. Ya yana skoto to ya ya si. Yana skoto to shiaya. Aya so. We will take a moment to move anything out of the way that might be in your way individually. Yana so. Yana skiata tayo. And some clarity for you. Hi, wow. Yakata si hi hi te koshutoshia namana siakata. Piano. We hope that this is helpful for you today. Thank you for calling me in.
Yeah.
Funny. That was weird. That's different. My light language and stuff is like really getting different. So
Yeah.
I get really uncomfortable in the middle of it.
It almost sounded like somebody else was with her to me.
Yeah, it didn't feel like she was completely alone. And maybe that's why it was so different trying to bring her in. Because
But there
usually she pops right in and I get really hot. Like I'm warm now, but
yeah.
not in the same way.
There were
So
certain spots, go back and watch this video where you can hear it sounds
mm,
like 2 people. It was cool. It was
it
really
might
nice.
be. Yeah, it
I
might
loved
be.
it. That was
It was different. It was different than when I normally pull her
yeah.
in. And the temperature is not quite as hot.
Was Jesus with her?
Was Jesus? I bet it was. I bet it was.
He's
That
like
makes sense.
he's like, "I
Since I was
got
like,
you."
Jesus can't do it, I want to do it. Jesus can come over here and do it for me. We have these funny conversations before we get online. But I did. I literally said, Jesus, you can't do the attunement. I want to be a
He's
part of
like,
this
"Watch
too.
me."
We are so human. It's not even funny over here.
Right.
Hey, Danielle. Were you here when I showed the little bag of what you're supposed to be guessing? In case you want to use your intuition, there's something in here. You get a color, a shape, an item, whatever you get. If you get anything,
Right.
let us know. Um, Thank
It's
you,
so pretty.
Christine.
I did.
Appreciate
I
that.
know. I love that.
It's thrown me off. Like, I'm like, "Oh, I still feel
I,
like I'm in there somewhere." Oh, my goodness. Okay. Um, I guess we're to the point where we have to unveil what's in that
right.
bag. So if you have not made a decision as to what you think it might be, you're about to find out. Many of you have the item correct in a
Right.
sense. Um, it is a crystal. It is a clear quartz. Well, it's a fairy frost quartz, actually.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
pretty.
one of my favorites. Its name is the diva's name is Shael. And I don't know. It's just really it's got some really cool fairy frost in it.
Yeah.
So those of you guessing crystals, absolutely
Oh, yeah.
correct.
And I will say,
Someone
I
guessed
saw a
a
couple
tower.
of
It's a little tiny
amethyst.
tower.
I have them
Oh,
right by my desk, so I don't know if they're picking up on my stuff, and
yeah. Well,
my
yeah. I mean, we're
fluorite
surrounded
tower
by
is, like, right here.
yeah.
So, it could be y'all picking
I
up
know.
that from
I
mine.
tried
So
so hard to, like, put it in something that would not affect, right, what you would be
right.
picking up from it, and I put it on my selenite to make sure everything was clear
Oh,
of everything, but we are surrounded by crystals, so honestly,
and
there probably was
Christine
not a
said rose
wrong guess there.
quartz. I got this my rose quartz here too. So everything that was guessed is on my desk.
Right, and it's all correct anyway because it's a
Yeah,
crystal.
the
Like, I
crystal,
mean,
yeah. So,
and it is kind of a
don't
little mini
discount
tower
anything.
in a
Yeah.
sense. It's a point, but, it's thick like a little tower.
So,
So that was kind of fun, and, it's kind of surprising to me how many of you, did guess a
right.
crystal.
Yeah.
I mean, there could have been anything in there. So, I mean, maybe that was logical, but I don't think so. So
Yeah.
I would say if you got crystal at all,
Good job.
pat
Yeah.
yourself on the back. I'm trying to look through and see, did anybody guess clear quartz or quartz? I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
anyone gets clear. I don't. Oh, black tourmaline. I have black tourmaline on here too. Where
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
I we're surrounded by crystals. I
Yeah.
have
I have
I
a
have
lot
my
on
little my rainbow fluorite sitting right here.
it.
I mean, I could name 15
Yeah.
crystals,
Behind
so,
me, around
yeah,
me.
and maybe
I
crystal
love
wasn't the best choice. 'Cause we're surrounded by them. I don't know. Jeez.
Live and learn. Oh well.
Anyhow, we really appreciate all of you coming,
Thank
and
y'all
I
so much.
really, really want to highly suggest that you check out Rachel's stuff.
Right.
Again, it's soundwavesheal.com.
Yeah.
Put that up there.
Oh, you don't have.
I'm
Ah,
trying.
there you go.
Soundwavesheal.com, that's her website. Hopefully, this is showing up in her group, which is 5D Daily, Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. Sometimes I say that wrong. Hopefully, I said that right. And all the teachings she has are just amazing. She also has a free bundle for meeting a guide.
Yes.
So, honestly, head on over to her website and
Yeah.
pick that up. Nothing
There's
else.
lots. Well, I don't want to say lots, but she has a few freebies that are
Yeah.
really, really good. Yes.
She does. And really, it's because she just really wants the best for everyone.
Right.
And it's, her path to help us,
Yeah.
to get us expanding, to bring
Bring
us
in that light.
deeper.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how grateful
Oh,
I am
oh,
for her and for finding her, just showed up in my feed on somebody's page I don't like. And I was like, who is that? If you ever have that, follow them.
right.
Go, because that spirit telling you that could be a person for you. You may
Yeah.
really like them. If you decide later you don't, you just unfollow them. But like go for it, and really trust yourself. Again, that's an intuitive exercise in
Yeah.
itself. Is to notice when you're really drawn to something
Yeah.
that is an intuitive hit. So, thank you
Yeah.
for being
This
here
was
and
fun.
taking part.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, hopefully you're laughing with us, not at. Well, you could
Right.
laugh at it. It'll be okay too. Yeah, see, Christine, that's how Christine
Right.
and I connected. And it's how I connected with my first teacher. It's how I've connected with so
Right.
many different places that I've learned things from. So,
Yeah.
anyhow, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, over on YouTube.
Right.
We are live there again every Friday. And we do
Just
have
as
a
busy.
series going right now, Spirit Tea, and
Yeah.
there's different topics that we talk about with that. We're trying to kind of get it a little more together. because we're both like wing it.
Try.
So, but it's fun and informative. We share, as much as we possibly can.
Stories, channels, whatever they want us to do. We don't really, we
Yeah.
try to plan. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not all the time.
Well, yeah, we don't yeah, we're a little willy-nilly, as I call it,
Yeah.
but, we offer some good information, and it's fun, so come have
Yeah.
some fun with us, and we will hopefully see you then.
Thank you for watching. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. I love to help lightworkers trans-channel messages, light, and healing in higher dimensions. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow on social media, and consider checking out my Tag Lightworkers monthly mentorship programs.